Hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. Nope, not at the mountain today. You guessed it. We're here in suburbia. As we previously discussed, we got more work to do on this toilet. So, not a big surprise, I guess now. We're gonna put an RV toilet in the cabin. I know, you're saying, wait, what? Septic tank's too expensive right now, and we just need a temporary solution so we can get moved in. So what we're doing today, we have this black tank, which goes out of an RV, out of a camper. It's not used, it's brand new. So what I'm gonna do here in suburbia today is I'm gonna go ahead and build a frame for this so we can keep it elevated off the ground so we have proper flow when we go ahead and drain it. So yeah, that's the plan. We're just gonna build this frame. I'll show you how I go through it step by step. We'll try to figure it out together. And that's it. So thanks for coming, thanks for checking us out. Maybe you need this, maybe you don't need this. You can just set it on the ground if you want to, or install a septic or something like that, but this is what we're gonna do. So again, thanks for being here. If you like these projects that we're doing, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. But enough of me rambling. God bless, have a great day. Thanks for coming, let's get to business. So as always, we're just making it up as we go here. But from the front to the back, there's a natural slope on that tank. It's about a 3-inch drop. So I have these two 4x4s that I'm gonna cut so that we have 6 legs, 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the rear. And then we're gonna use some 2x4s underneath as cross pieces to support it from underneath. So what I'm figuring is these are 8-foot 4x4s. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 2.5 feet. I'm gonna cut 2 for 2.5 feet. So 2 front, 2 middle will be 2.5 feet, and then the 2 in the back will be 3 feet. And then I'll show you what we're gonna do from there. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and measure this out. Remember, measure twice so you can cut once, right? 3 feet, 3 feet. And if I go from this side, two feet, 6 inches. 2 feet, 6 inches, 2 feet, 6 inches. So now this centerpiece should be about 2 feet, 6 inches. We're off by a quarter, but again, this is just for supports for that black tank. So if it's off by a little bit, it's not gonna make that big of a difference because we're gonna use the black tank itself to mark off how much we're gonna cut down for the supports, if we cut down any. So let me finish marking these all the way around, and then I'll do the cuts, and then we'll come back and show you how we're going to put it together. That 3.5 footers closest to you. These are both 2.5 footers. So I got this flush all the way to the front because I'm going to put a 2x4 in the front of this as well to help keep it from shifting. But what I have to do is mark the bottom of this tank. Where does it touch these 4x4s? So I'm going to mark that, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to measure the width of a 2x4, which we know is about 1 3/4 inches. Down from that, maybe we'll see. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to let that sit up just a titch, and then that will catch on the sides. You'll see. Let me get these back up on the sawhorses. I'm going to cut these out probably 1.5 inches deep. I'm going to notch them so that I can put 2x4s across the top. Let me cut them out and I'll show you what I'm talking about. As expected, you can see these three are flush down here at the bottom, right? So the front's a little cut down a little further than the middle. That's cut down a lot further than the back. So we'll set those 2x4s on here, which will make sense in a minute. But I got to cut out the other side first. So back, middle, front. So I'm just going to trace these onto the other ones instead of measuring and doing all that again. And then I'll show you how we're going to put this thing together. Now for the cross pieces that are going to go with the back, the middle, and then I need 2 at the front. So I got me an 8-foot piece of pressure treated 2x4 because I know that the maximum width of this guy is 2 feet. So I'm going to mark my 2 feet, 4 feet. Sorry if I'm off camera. 6 feet. 2, 4, 6. Yep, it all matches up. Gonna make my final line across. 2, 4, 6. And then, you know, measure one more time, why not? 2, 4, 6. I know I got 2 feet at the end. So let me get this cut out, and then we'll, I think I'm gonna frame it up first to show you, and then and then I'll explain what I did after I frame it up, if that makes sense. So I'll do that, cut this, I'm gonna frame it up, then I'll show you after what I did. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Old pumpkin coming to inspect. So at the front, like I said, a little cross piece to keep it from sliding out. I got a piece on the side to help keep them stabilized. I don't know what I did wrong here, but you see, that's where I cut, way down there. And I am 2 2x4s too short. So I'll scab those in there, and then the back is sitting on that. So it's gonna sit there. This will sit underneath the mini cabin, underneath the tiny cabin, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll have plenty of drop coming out the front down to the bottom. So I'm gonna take all this apart so I can take it up to the cabin. And we still gotta, obviously you don't see any holes in the top of this, but we'll talk about that when we get to the cabin. So let's go to the cabin and get this thing installed. There you go, friends, easy breezy. I mean, I don't know, it maybe took me, I don't even know what time it is, I don't have my watch on. Maybe 30 minutes to do that, 45 minutes max. So I got one 4x4. No, I lied. I got two 4x4x8s and two 2x4x8s. So maybe I got 30 bucks in it. 20, 40, 50, 60 bucks. 60 bucks. I already had the screws. The tank, 180 bucks on Amazon. I called around, you know, I like to shop local. I called around to a bunch of local places, and the cheapest I found was $4.25, and that was only for a 30-gallon tank. This is a 41-gallon tank. So I, you know, can't go wrong with Amazon. So I ordered it off Amazon, and there you go. Like I said, I'll adjust this middle one, but I'm gonna disassemble the whole thing anyhow, because I'm gonna take it to the mountain tomorrow and get this thing installed so we actually have a running toilet at the cabin. So so I'm gonna take it all apart. You'll see it again underneath the cabin, and then we'll talk about leveling it and doing all that, right? Because as you know, the cabin's sitting on slanted ground, so I'm gonna have to probably either shim something up or dig something down, or we'll have to make some adjustments on that once we get it under there. But enough of that. But there it is, simple, easy. I'll get another piece of wood for here, but not today. I just wanted to show you how we're gonna do this, how to put it all together, get it up to the cabin. Let's get this thing put in. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. As always, we're absolutely blessed. I mean, really, that we can do these kinds of projects, that we have the money and the resources to do it. And have you along with us is even better. God has been good to us. It's right at the beginning of the new year, and it's just been a fantastic year for us so far. So thanks for coming, and thanks for checking us out. Of course, if you like what we're doing here, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. I'm always open to your comments. Of course, look up this way. We're gonna post another video, probably something related to the mini cabin, but I don't know. I'll let YouTube pick it. So whatever you think you're gonna like, or YouTube thinks you're gonna like, that's what you're gonna get. So enough of me rambling. Thanks for coming. Be safe. God bless.